Is it good? All right. When the award season comes around, like the Grammys, the Oscars, our timelines and news feeds just fill up with recommendations of viral videos by Hollywood celebrities and their speeches. I sat down and analyzed the top speeches that the Oscar winners have given over the years, and I found out the strategies that they use to make these speeches so amazing, especially the Oscar winning speeches. And it's not an easy feat because at the Academy Awards, it's quite a challenge and a race against time. The orchestra starts to play and the music will increasingly drown out your speech. Not only that, there is no teleprompter, so unless you're taking out a piece of paper from your pocket, you have nothing to go by. And then it's such a big moment that your nerves and your emotions are going to make you go all over the place. So, despite all these odds, the Hollywood celebrities actually make a fantastic job of giving iconic speeches year after year. We're going to talk about just that in this video, but before we start, you might want to subscribe to this channel. My name is Rai. I'm a former media presenter and director, and over here, I break down things that help us create our own winning persona. I have noticed that there are 5 strategies that Hollywood celebrities use to give fantastic, impactful speeches within a very short amount of time. They use emotion, they use humor, they use underdog stories, they use social issues, and they use the iconic nature of the moment. Let me break it down for you. Number 1, emotion. Now, you would say emotion is not something they fabricate. It's just that they start to cry and there is no guarantee that they are going to cry. So, how do they make that emotional moment emotional? Whether they cry or not, whether their hands tremble or not, whether they are heaving and breathing heavily or not, the emotion that they feel comes across through the TV screen to us anyway. This is because there is one factor in their emotion that touches every chord, and that is gratitude. You will notice that when a Hollywood celebrity is crying or trembling or breathing heavily or panicking or feeling just extra joyous, you will notice they tap into this one leading emotion, and that is gratitude. They are profusely thanking everyone. So if you're giving a speech within a very short amount of time, be it a friend's engagement, a colleague's farewell, or an award, internal award in the office, you can always lead with a ton of gratitude that immediately connects with people and creates an impact. Number 2, humor. Now, some people are naturally funny. They walk into the stage and make everybody laugh. You know, when Jim Carrey walks in to take that award, humor is going to be what is going to be the talking point. But not all of us are naturally all that funny. So what are we going to do? Well, there's always an inside joke within family, friend circle, and of course, office environment. So you can tap into those inside jokes and make something out of it. Number 3, the underdog story. Even within those 45 seconds, Hollywood celebrities often take us back in time into their childhood or their struggling years and connect us with a story. So if you're talking about a certain colleague or a friend or even your company, you can also bring back a sense of nostalgia by picking a story that is pertinent to the occasion. That's going to trigger some kind of memory, some kind of emotion in everyone when things were not as great. So if a couple is getting married, you can talk about the time they started dating. If a colleague is leaving the organization, you can talk about the time they started out. If your company has won an award, you can talk about the time when the company was so much smaller and a win was many miles away. Number 4, social issues. It's a trend now to talk about the top social stories, and Hollywood celebrities try to bring to our notice the current events and state of affairs in the world and try to invoke our empathy. But if we are going to give a speech in our own little setting, within friends, family, or office colleagues, how are we going to talk about social issues all of a sudden? We can't do that, but what we can do is talk about an act of kindness. We can talk about something someone has done by stepping out of their usual role. If you're talking about a company, you can talk about the time the company went above and beyond the business plan. And that is how you can inject a social story into your little speech. And last but not the least, number 5, iconic. Some wins are so big, the winning itself is iconic and a cause to go viral. For example, Leonardo DiCaprio won an award very late in his career at the Academy Awards when he should have actually won so many times before. In fact, I personally think his role as a 14-year-old autistic kid, which was probably his first movie, was the best of all. Most people thought he was actually genuinely autistic. He was so good. Well, he did not win the Academy Awards for that one, but that's what I mean. When he finally won, his win itself was so huge. One time I was working with an organization and we happened to win an award after 5 years of dry spell. That made the award even more iconic and special. So you see, you can always look beyond that moment and see that moment in a larger context to create a bigger story out of that moment. I hope these tips actually helped you. If they did, do subscribe to my channel and like this video. Now, I hope I did not ruin the Academy Awards. So next time you're watching it, you're like, that person is using emotion. That person just used an underdog story. I hope I did not make it so mechanical for you and you can still feel it organically next time you watch. But on the flip side, your next speech is going to be absolutely iconic. So do subscribe, and while you do that, let me pose for my thumbnail picture. Let me give a Hollywood touch today. What do you think? On that note, I'm going to sign out of this video, but see you in the next one.